Hi Aries, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing a bit of a mishy-mash type read, a bit of everything, seeing what comes out for you. We're getting some really interesting things coming out for everyone so far, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out. I do want to let everyone know that if you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. We'll be drawing that really soon when we hit our first 100 subscribers. We're only like 4 subscribers away, so please like and subscribe to the channel. But today I've got 4 decks here. So we're starting off with the Spirit Junkie affirmation cards. Then I do have one of my new Lenormand decks, the Jelly Bean Lenormand, as well as 2 of the Love Oracles. So we've got the Hidden Truth as well as the Ask the Angels Love Oracles there. Okay, so getting straight on into it for you, Aries, starting off with that affirmation. What does Aries need to know, please? What does Aries need to know? Here we go, Aries. This one with all the beautiful eyes. We do see, I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. Okay, so issues of control, all right, and how we perceive things, and choosing to perceive things in a positive manner as an opportunity rather than obstacles. And you can't necessarily choose what is happening around you in the world. You can't choose, you can't control other people's words or behaviors or anything like that, but you can choose how to perceive those. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so we'll start off looking at your energy, Aries. Okay, what's going on for Aries, please? Okay, so Aries, bit of an interesting energy here. We do have the anchor firstly, with the woman in the center, and then the ship on the other side of that. So you can kind of see here that the anchor and the ship, they are kind of companion cards, even though the energy is a little bit opposing with those there. Now the feminine in the middle there, that doesn't necessarily talk about an actual woman, or although it definitely could. I don't normally genderize the energy there with the women and masculine cards. It really just talks about that nurturing elements, those emotional elements within yourself. So I would sort of feel as though we are looking at, the emotional side of yourself here, in the middle, stuck in between the anchor and the ship. So it is kind of giving me that vibe, Aries, that you are sort of stuck in between the two, whether you move forward or whether you stay where you are, emotionally. All right, we're looking at within yourself, emotionally within yourself, with that woman card in the middle. All right, so the anchor does talk about things weighing down on you heavily, that those things that hold you secure and steady and hold you in place. So in this kind of sense, I do feel as though this is, things holding you back from actually going through with this ship energy. So you're kind of fighting against yourself here, I feel. You're feeling a bit stuck and you're wanting to move forward, but you're just sort of maybe unsure how. Emotionally, kind of, I feel flipping from one to the other. One minute you're ready to charge on forwards, and then the next minute you're holding yourself back, emotionally from making any sort of decisions or anything like that. So it's a very interesting energy, Aries. But with that anchor, it does feel as though it's that, you're just a little bit stuck emotionally, and there's something in particular that is holding you back from actually, moving 100% into the ship energy. Okay, so I'm going to grab a card to clarify what's going on with that. Another sort of central card, if you will. Okay, can we just clarify why Aries is flipping between the two energies, please? What is this about? Please clarify. Okay, so we've gotten the dog to clarify that feminine energy. Okay, so you're trying to be a friend to yourself, and trying to be loyal and supportive of yourself, of supportive of your own emotions. But there's something else that I'm going to need another card to clarify, because this is you trying to hold back. I feel the dog is you trying to stay loyal to yourself and be a true friend to yourself, and show yourself that nurturing compassion for your emotions, and just support your emotional side. Okay, so what is actually holding Aries back, please? What are they holding back from? What is holding Aries back? Yeah, so we've got the bouquet. Okay, so on the ship side of things, there's something that you do want to give to. The bouquet is all about giving your love, time, energy to something. So you're wanting to give to something here, but for some reason you are holding yourself back. I do feel as though it's strongly tied into your emotions, and this sense that you need to be a good friend to yourself. So you're kind of feeling as though um, you know if you were to give energy to this new journey, adventure, closing the distance to something, traveling, you are sort of feeling as though that may actually go against some sort of loyalty to yourself. Okay, so it's a very interesting energy there, because I'm not seeing clear advice as to which way you should go. I'll ask I'll ask for some sort of clarity there, because you know, we're seeing just opposing energy. We're not necessarily seeing which choice is actually leading you in the right direction, which choice is actually the right choice for you, Aries, whether you should be holding back or whether you should be sort of focusing on moving forwards. Like I said, it's the opposite movements. One is stopping and staying, and the other one is moving forwards. Okay, so advice for Aries, please. Advice for Aries with this wavering energy, please. Okay, so so your advice, we've got the stars, and it kind of flew on out there as well, Aries. So it does tell me that you really need to assess what your desired outcomes are. So what do you actually wish for with the situation? Because as we all know, if you stay in one spot, nothing's going to fall into your lap. Your wishes and dreams don't just sort of fall into your lap, or maybe for some people they will, but it's very, very unlikely that things will just fall into your lap. So it's kind of giving me that vibe of if you reach for the stars, kind of feeling as though you should take the adventure and start the adventure, and go on the journey within yourself, emotionally, and give to whatever it is that you are thinking about giving to, because with the stars there, it's all about wish fulfillment, and you can't actually, you can't get to the stars without getting in that rocket and flying. You do need to take those steps to start that journey. And so I do feel with the stars there, it's kind of like telling you, get in your rocket, get on your ship, and go for it. Okay, so that's going to be slightly different for everyone, but it is something sort of emotionally. There's some sort of emotions holding you back. Okay, so I do feel as though it's the emotional side of things holding you back. With the dog there on that side of things as well, it definitely could be, like people giving you advice to hold back. You definitely could have some friends or family around you, that are sort of telling you, don't do anything, don't do anything. But I do feel here that you are really wanting to give to this, and the bouquet and the ship are actually really super positive energies. So it's kind of letting me know that you maybe once again, back to that oracle there, I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. So you can't control the outcome, but if you don't try, it won't happen at all. It's kind of that vibe of you can't control how it's going to play out if you do set on that adventure. It may not work out for you. It may work out for you though, but stopping and holding yourself back and is not actually going to give you either of those outcomes, and you'll never know. You'll kind of just be in that stuck zone forever, I suppose. So that's what we've got for that, Aries. But we'll have a look at if there is any energy coming towards you, because you're wanting to give energy or love or time outward with that ship energy. You're sort of wanting to start a journey towards something or someone, and or toward new emotions, towards your dreams, towards your wishes coming true here. You're wanting to start that journey towards that wish being fulfilled. So we'll have a look and see if there's actually any energy headed toward you. Okay. What energy is coming towards Aries, please? What energy is coming towards Aries? Okay, so Aries, we have the fish there as well as the house. Okay, so the fish does talk about abundance. It does talk about wealth, and can be talking about money headed your way. All right, so we also see the house here as well. So that definitely can talk about that sense of family, that stability that you want in the world. The things that help you feel secure in this life. This energy is trying to come in for you. So, especially with the fish there, I do feel as though, you do need to head towards something in order for the fish to sort of meet you halfway. A lot of the time, that abundance energy is, closely linked with that ship, and you need to sort of go out and cast out your net in order to collect these fish. Okay. For some of you, this actually is talking about, some sort of financial house thing. Okay, like a physical house thing. So there is like a new house, or some extra finances somehow related to your home coming in for you. So for those of you who are like wanting to draw on a mortgage, all those sorts of things, that energy is there for you to be able to do that. To if you have an investment property, there's definitely some financial abundance linked with that at this time, because it can talk about finances and a physical house as well. So it would be talking about if that's the new adventure for you, that you've been thinking about doing something in regard to a property. Financially, it's well supported at this time. But we also do see here with the fish energy, this can actually be talking about people and love aspects. A lot of the time it's talking about, with the fish and the house both together, it would be talking about, family functions and those sorts of things where, there is an abundance of family around you at this time. The whatever, or not necessarily, family, but, that it's that idea of, family is who you choose your family to be, rather than necessarily having to be your biological family when I'm talking about family. But it does talk about an abundance of security and support from those people as well. So or if we're looking at for some of you, this may be related to love, so it could definitely be talking about plenty of options for you, that option of moving in together. Those sorts of things definitely could be coming towards you, with that energy being available to you as well. But we'll have a look at actual love for you, Aries. Okay, we're going to look at past, present, future for Aries with love, please. Pardon me, Aries. Okay, so with the past placement here, we do have the book energy. Okay, so the book energy is all about like whereabouts your story has taken you. I'm going to get some extra clarity through those oracle for this card, but it really does talk about the chapters where, the story so far of the life of Aries. So, really sort of looking back through, where your story has taken you, where you want to write those next chapters. Okay. So how do you want the rest of your book to read? Okay. So if your life has been like, you may, doesn't matter what chapter we're up to, really, does it? But you've already begun your own story in this life. The book is kind of like that unknown factor, and it's using the past, the like like, because the book can talk about research and stuff. So researching where you've been so far in order to see where you want to go next. Okay, so like it's kind of like, if you stop and think about your life as a story in a book, what is the story so far? What characters have we seen in that book so far? And then thinking about, okay, so if this is where the book is going so far, what is going to be the next chapter? What is the next chapter going to be about? Do we see unexpected return of a character we thought had disappeared in chapter one, or what big plot twist do we foresee coming next in this story? It can talk about those sorts of things, but I do feel it's talking about researching where you've been so far, researching your past, looking at it from a more objective, as if you're the reader of your story rather than the person living it. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to grab some oracle for that one as well. But past love for Aries, please. What's going on in this book for Aries? Past love for Aries. Okay. Now, Aries, I'm not sure. I think this is going to be different for everyone in the collective, okay? Because this is actually about a character in your story. Okay, so I don't know whether this character is you or somebody else in the story. Okay, because we're definitely getting some strong energy though. You were the best thing in my life. Okay, so is there someone that, when you look back through your story, that they were the brightest character in that story? Or were you the brightest character in somebody else's story? I look for you everywhere. Okay, so once again, I can't tell whether this is you or them. Okay, so flip it as need. I look for you everywhere. So, it's kind of that vibe of, walking down the street and just wishing that you would run into somebody. Even if it's like, that you're not even in the same city, but, you're hoping that you just bump into them just by pure chance. And I wonder if you are happy without me. So this is definitely a past person, obviously, that that's not currently in your life. But it is. Do you resonate with that being you, Aries, or do you resonate with that being somebody thinking about you, Aries? And looking back through those chapters of your life and working out, who are the starring characters in this book other than you, Aries? Like, who have been the main characters in your story? Because what we're seeing in the present, we do have the garden. Okay, so that really does talk about meetings and hanging out with people, like catching up with people. So, I look for you everywhere. So, this sort of lets us know that, in the present, there may be a random chance of you randomly running into somebody that you've been hoping to see, or they've been hoping to see you. So, so if you do run into somebody in the near future, like in the next few weeks, it's not as much of a coincidence as you may think. That's a what I like to call a coincidence of the universe. Okay, so it's someone kind of being put in your path for probably a reason. All right, but this does talk about meetings, invitations. So it definitely could talk about even just meeting up with friends for a coffee or whatever. It can talk about, spending more time out in nature, going somewhere restful and positive. You can see here we've got the park bench in a sort of public garden type area. So it is the garden card. And when these cards were first designed, that's pretty much the public social space. Was you go to the public gardens, and that's where everyone's going through, walking through, going on dates, that sort of thing. So, there may be a date coming up for you as well. But it can also talk about, public libraries, anywhere public and meeting spaces, those sorts of things, going to events as well. So if you are invited to, go to an event or go somewhere, I would suggest at present sort of going to those sort of things. It may somehow work out important in your current love situation. And then in the near future, we do have the moon energy. Okay, so that's actually all about following your intuition. It can talk about emotional sensitivities as well. So, it's really just telling you, giving you that guidance to follow your emotions and follow your intuition when it comes to love. That you have a lot of luck when it comes to love, and so that is, we're seeing like a more than full moon. So that's like, not, sorry, a more than crescent moon. So it is, actually very, very close to what the moon phase is at the moment. So, this definitely could be very near future. It could also be, the other side of the new moon as well. So, what's that? Two weeks roughly. So very near future, your intuition is going to be, telling you something, and it's wanting you to follow that intuition. And as we've seen up there with the, you have had that feminine energy and that stars energy. So your intuition and emotions are quite strong guidance for you at this time, Aries. All right, but we'll have a few extra cards for you in regard to future. How can Aries follow their intuition here in love? What's happening for Aries with love in the near future? Okay, so I'm getting clarity for that garden energy as well. We're seeing meditation brings answers. So, going to, even just like I said, public garden. For me, I actually really love to go and sit on the beach and meditate on the beach because, I'm so close to the beach here. It's only about a 20-minute drive from my house. So I do like to go and sit on the beach and meditate. So meditation brings answers. Go to that garden, just sit somewhere restful, peaceful, and you don't even have to meditate. Sometimes meditation can be as simple as just sitting alone with your own thoughts and assessing your own emotions, okay? Because your emotions are obviously quite strong with your intuition at the moment. So just sitting somewhere quietly and actually listening to your emotional side and what it's trying to tell you. All right. And then with that moon, we are seeing an opportunity coming through. So definitely, once again, could be that garden card with a opportunity to meet somebody or to meet up with somebody, brand new opportunities, reconciliation opportunities, lots of opportunities basically. So, with that star card up there as well, telling, that guidance to follow your star, follow your North Star, whatever opportunity you are wanting as that wish fulfillment, you can make the most of these opportunities at this time if you believe, okay? So have faith in yourself. Have faith in what your emotions are telling you. Have faith in your intuition, Aries, and everything is going to work out lovely for you. Okay, but I'm very interested to know whose energy that is. Is that you, Aries, or is that a person, a previous character in your book of Aries? All right, let me know in the comments. Everyone that comments will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. So leave me a comment and let me know. But thank you so much for your time today, Aries. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.